Twin City Used Cars, 901 First Avenue, Gadsden, Alabama, 256-844-2210. Open Monday through Saturday from 8 to 6. Owner Bobby Ledbetter encourages you to come take advantage of his over 30 years of experience in buying and selling amazing vehicles. Incredible inventory, honesty, fairness, reliability. Hey, that's just what you get at Twin City Used Cars. Integrity is a way of life for Bobby Ledbetter in Twin City Used Cars. Check them out on Facebook at Twin City Used Car Sales, the exclusive used car dealership of Kapow Media, Twin City Used Cars.
With over 80 flavors of extra virgin olive oil and balsamics, we know that shopping with us can be a little overwhelming. That's why we take the time to get to know our customers. We get to know their likes, their dislikes, what they like to cook, and what they like to eat. We also get to know their health problems. Knowing our customers allows us to help find the perfect flavors. So what are you waiting for? Come and visit us at 534 Broad Street in downtown Gadsden so we can get to know you.
Trent Thrasher Construction. From idea to completion, we manage it all. At Trent Thrasher Construction, we create spaces big enough to hold your dreams. We believe in the nobility of hard work. That's what sets us apart. We take pride in everything that we do. There are lots of companies out there that can build your project, but at Trent Thrasher Construction, we don't just build, we create, innovate, collaborate, and take absolute pride in every single project we do. Trent Thrasher Construction. We're here for you.
Pierce & Pierce, Attorneys at Law, 256-455-0984. Let attorneys Kyle and Beth Pierce take the worry away. They specialize in criminal defense, appeals, probate, family, divorce, wills and trust, real estate, and property. They are only one call away. 256-455-0984. Attorneys Kyle and Beth Pierce. We are in this together. Little Burton's, 4755 Alabama 179 in Boaz, Aurora community. This is your one-stop shop from freshly cut meats and steaks, breakfast sandwiches, to famous Hunt Brothers Pizza. Hey, you can fill up your tank and enjoy a freshly brewed cup of hot coffee. Let owner Jamie Grant and his staff give you the customer service that you expect and the old-time Southern hospitality you deserve. Little Burton's. Etowah County Tip Line, 256-543-2893. Etowah County Sheriff Jonathan Horton understands it takes everyone's involvement to keep Etowah County safe. If you see it, report it. 256-543-2893 or use the free app, the Etowah County Tip Line.
Hey guys, welcome to Kapow's Show. Jeff Underwood, Jada White.
You know, anytime I'm in the presence of greatness, I just get this certain kind of feeling.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
And of course, it's Coach Mark O'Brien, the head coach of your Coosa Christian Conquerors. Welcome, Coach.
Hey guys, how are y'all?
Man, so really you hadn't had a debrief, right? Since the state championship game, really we did, but we were still all in our feelings.
Yeah.
How's everything been since then? And obviously, no sleep for the Riri, right? Because you've been grinding.
It's been busy, and we didn't debrief. You know, since December, I've been in a padded cell 6 times due to depression. The world was coming it.
You were sick for a while, to be honest.
Yeah, I was really sick actually for about 2 weeks, and but it's good, man. We're just we're getting focused for 24. Is this 24?
It is.
Yeah, we're getting ready for 24, and we're in that weight room, pounding away and getting bigger, faster, stronger.
No doubt. And let me just say this. There's big plans for things going on at Coosa Christian.
Ain't no doubt.
Mark O'Brien's not going anywhere.
Nope.
You are all in.
All in.
Committed, there, doing it. You're not going to any other school.
No. I'm focused.
Well,
on
in general, you're not going to any other school.
Rumors are not true.
Yeah.
So you can't believe what you read on social media?
Rumors are not true.
I don't care nothing about
That's
that
something
stuff.
bull. Say it just like you did to his baseball coach.
Huh?
That was a good show.
You know what?
That was a good. Thanks for watching, Mark. That was a good show.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So you're not going.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
So you're not going to Southside to be their new head.
Oh
coach.
gosh, no. I'm Coosa, and
It's your last job.
see, if I put my hand up, that's body language for lying, right?
Right. Keep your hands down.
Okay, so hands down, hands on the table, right?
Yes.
No. I wish them the best. I hope, I thought Miles did a great job. Miles is a great friend of mine.
Good dude.
And, man, he's awesome. And I couldn't be more proud of him. I told him, I said, hey, man, super proud of you, man. And really happy for him. Maybe Southside will find their right fit. We want to see, everybody, again, this ain't competition with me with other schools. I want to see these guys at these other schools be great.
That's right.
You know what I mean? This county is what's my important task. I want to see
Absolutely.
this county go back to the blue blood it used to be back in the 80s. That's important to me, guys. I'm telling you, super important to me.
Yeah.
And so I just wish all the best for him, man. I really do.
Here's what I'll say about Miles.
Yeah.
He goes in and he's leaving the program much better than when he
That's what I
found
told
it.
him.
What else can you
Yeah.
ask for a coach?
Yeah,
right?
we were talking about that, and I want to keep our conversation private for
Yeah.
sure. But that's what I told Miles. He's bummed. He's like, he says, it's just hard to leave. I said, let me tell you something, Miles. I said, you got to do what's best for your family. Number one, number two, you left this thing a whole lot better than you found it. And when you do that, you didn't. Hey, you're good, man. And
Yeah.
I said, that's the way you got to attack this thing, because that's the way this business is. Okay, this business is a very transient business. You're here 1 year, you're there the next, whether it's good or whether it's bad, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm super, super proud for Miles. I really am.
Yeah.
He is a good dude, man.
He is.
He really is a good dude. So go get him, Miles. I hope you win them all, Bubba.
Well, we're going to miss him because we love making fun of his no socks and his tight breeches.
Yeah, I'm not into all that clothing stuff that he wears.
Him
man.
and the coach.
Him and Coach Tuddy?
Yeah, same.
Who
same
dresses
thing.
more? Who's got more swag? Him or Lyric?
Oh, it's close, man.
close.
He's
Yeah.
he wasn't Hoover.
Yeah.
So you get a certain amount of arrogance at Hoover.
Yeah.
No, we love Miles,
Yeah.
man. So we're certainly going to miss him.
Yeah.
Etowah County is not better off with him leaving.
No,
That's for sure.
gosh, no. I mean, this county lost a really, really, really good coach.
Yeah.
And so, maybe, Southside finds a, great replacement for him where they don't fall off. That's my hope for them.
Well, I think it's a much better job now. It's much more appealing.
No doubt.
So coach comes in. The cupboard is not bare. They got
No.
some athletes.
Yep.
They got some studs there.
Yep.
To be fair.
Yep.
And they Southside loves their school. Man, they love it.
It's a great
support.
I tell you what, that community loves their school now.
Mm-hmm.
They do. And they support that school as well as any community in the state of Alabama.
So,
with the exception of Central Clay County.
That's
That is the
different.
big that place is different.
It is.
I don't know if y'all have ever been
Yes,
to.
I have.
Bro, let me tell you something. When I tell you there ain't nobody in that town, Jeff, on Friday night,
Yeah.
there ain't nobody in that town. McDonald's is shut down.
Well, one thing that we talked about Southside, and it would be with Central Clay as well,
Yeah.
is there's nobody that does the alumni game better than Southside
Yeah.
in this county.
Yeah.
They come back.
Yeah.
I'm talking decades back.
Yeah.
They come back and watch and
Yeah.
bring their kids and grandkids. It's a legacy program, and
Yeah.
that's what you're building. I mean,
Trying.
that's what we're seeing every single Friday
We're
night.
trying, man. We're
Yeah.
doing our best,
Yeah.
And that's the one thing that, I tell these coaches, we got to build a culture.
Yeah.
All right. And that's what that culture is. That's part of that culture thing we're talking about. And the cool thing is the first year I was there, I saw no one back from the 70s that went there, right? And so this year, I had several people come up, hey, I graduated in 78 or, I graduated in 81, and I thought that was really cool. And, that's kind of where we want to go with it for sure.
Yeah, we had some of those guys went to the booth. Jack brought some up. They were closer to your age. They wasn't.
They're older than me, man. Buckhead's way older than me.
Yeah.
Freaking Buck. He got me a preacher, by the way.
He was talking, wasn't he?
Man, that
he could
dude-
raise some money
he-
for you for
he-
sure.
oh,
He
yeah.
can speak.
Man, that dude's-
So let's talk about what's going on at Coosa. Baseball just started.
Yep.
Just getting through with basketball. But there's one constant in no matter what's going on there, and that's the weight room and Coach Teddy.
Yeah,
That dude's putting work in.
I've said it many times. He's the best strength coach I've ever been around, and and I know he wants to be noted as a ball coach, and he's a good ball coach.
Yeah.
But what he's doing with the strength program is phenomenal. I'm really happy. So we just got to stay really focused. It's easy even for us coaches to get complacent and take a day off here, take a day off there. We can't do that. We've got to feed the beast, just like when we were trying to get to the top. Matter of fact, our mindset's got to even be more intense because everybody's chasing you now, right? And so the complacency, we can never be complacent. And I know Teddy won't let that happen on the weight room side, and we can't let that happen as coaches. We've got to feed the beast to keep this thing high.
How do you do that? I mean, as far as a head coach, you're not a micromanager. I've
No,
seen that
I'm
all
not.
year, the last 2 years.
Yeah.
You literally hire these coaches and let them do their thing. But how do you motivate these kids now that they are on? Let's be honest. I know you're talking about one game short, right? This past year, and that's tough. But you're at the top of the heap.
Yeah.
People are wanting to beat you. You're the game that they circle now. We've got to be Coosa. You're the team that people don't want to play. Obviously, that proves by you trying to schedule people this past all season.
Right.
It's very tough. So how do you as a coach say, okay, guys, you can't let your guard down.
Yeah.
You've got to be on your toes all freaking time.
I think it's keeping them humble, and that's where the part of the everybody takes the value of an on position coach or on field coach. Okay, all right, on the field coach. Everybody thinks that's where it starts and ends. Okay, but people need to hear this now. I'm telling you the truth. That's not where it starts nor ends. It starts and ends in the weight room, and it takes a coach not to ever be complacent and to keep humility in these kids. Because once you lose the humility portion, that's when that ego grows on the field, right? That's why I believe, honestly, I mean this with all sincerity, the hardest position to coach is a weight room coach. It's the hardest thing to do because I'm going to tell you something. No matter, a great weight room coach will have this common denominator. No matter if he's in a good mood, no matter if he's in a bad mood. And we all have mood swings, right?
Sure.
And that will a lot of times dictate our actions. Example, you're in a bad mood and your wife does something to tick you off. You're liable to snap back. If you're in a good mood and that wife does the same thing, you probably won't snap back, right? That's an emotion. Well, a great strength coach can't do that. A great strength coach, whether he's in a great mood or a bad mood, he's consistent on accountability. That's the hardest thing on the planet to do, y'all.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. You just think about that. Think through that. When you're in good moods, you let things slack. When you're in bad moods, you snap on things.
Sure.
A great strength coach, he's always here, no matter if he's in a good mood or bad mood. And that's where Teddy's strength is.
Yeah. And he is a really good on-field coach, too.
Yeah, I mean, but I just don't think your success is defined on the field as much as it is in the weight room.
Don't disagree with
You
that
know
at
what I
all.
mean?
So when you're talking about being consistent,
Yeah.
right? But if you got players that think they're to the point that I've arrived, I got so many
Yeah.
gains, I've gained 15, 20 pounds
Yeah.
of muscle
Yeah.
and strength, I've gone up 20, 30 pounds on my bench or my squat. And so they think, okay, I'm done. They think they can coach, but a good strength coach,
There
no,
you
no,
go.
no, we got more to do.
That 100%, and then and this is where I think Teddy's strength is. I've been in there enough, and Lord, I don't get to go in there as much as I used to because I'm pulled a gazillion different ways. But even when a kid is putting on weight, that sucker is still as tough on him as he is the kid that just arrived who's struggling to do a power clean, and that matters. All right, because usually when a kid is very compliant with you, you're going to give him the free pass. It's that mood swing thing again,
Sure.
right? Not with him, and that's why it's really, really, really difficult to be a great strength coach because mood swings can't dictate your actions.
With you. So if this doesn't motivate your kids, right? Play for a North Alabama championship, play for a state championships. It's I can see very easily get complacent, right?
Yeah.
You could do that. Now let's look at the schedule for this upcoming year, Coach.
Yeah.
at Pierce County,
Yep.
defending 2A state champion in Georgia.
Which would be a 4A, 5A here.
Correct. Then, ho-hum, let's go play Pell City,
Yep.
who is going to be head and shoulders better than they were last year.
Ain't no doubt.
No question.
No question.
Then, moved up to 2A.
Yep.
So it's in 2A this year. So Southeastern,
Yep.
Falkville,
Yep.
at Susan Moore. You're probably not familiar with this team. Fife. Going to play the defending 2A state champion who moved up to 3A. Brings most everyone back.
Yep.
Anderson's back. That's going to be a Thursday night game.
Yep.
Going to be incredible. Cleveland, which you know something about that. The Marco Bryant Bowl up there.
I'll tell you what now. I'm going to tell you something now. That community, best community I've ever been in.
It's incredible, isn't it?
Yeah, you know.
Absolutely.
That place is incredible, and those people were ever so kind to me. And I'm forever grateful for that community, and I love that community. Yeah.
So then Cold Springs
Yep.
at West End
Yep.
and Tuscaloosa Academy because,
Why not? Yeah.
they made to the third round this past year.
Yeah.
So everyone knows your philosophy as far as play the toughest games you possibly can. Makes the playoffs that much easier. Not that the playoffs are easy, but wow, Coach, Alabama Auburn busy on those weekends.
Yeah, they couldn't get us on schedule.
I could see that. So what's the thought process? Pierce County, obviously Swain Morris, defense coordinator there. We all know Swain. My very first game broadcasting was Swain's first game at Gaston. And Swain, you lost that game 55-0 in a rainstorm at Ohatchee.
I came back from North Carolina to watch that game, and I'm disappointed. I need some mileage back, I'll be honest.
Swain to give it to you.
It's nice.
So now, getting through baseball, most of your guys play multiple sports as you applaud. You
Yeah.
encourage that.
100%.
It's great.
Yeah.
So at some point, though, it comes time to talk about Pierce County and filling holes. You guys lose some good quality football players, right? It's time for some kids to step up. And, there's always attrition. Some kids leave, some kids come. That's part of the game. If you have to make one circle, this is the player or this is the position that we certainly took the biggest loss at. What position or player would that be?
That's a good question, actually. I don't think I've even thought about that question, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it'd be multiple positions, plural. I think O-line,
Sure.
we're pretty deep at linebacker, even though we lost a really good player at linebacker.
Yeah.
Safety, we lost Drake, which is, that's going to hurt a little bit. Probably O-line, I guess. That probably hurts us the most. Yeah.
I would say, again, I'm not in depth in
Yeah.
the program like you are. I think you lost a leader and a heck of a kicker.
Oh, you know what? Let me change everything I just said. You're right. I'm wrong.
You saved that part?
I
I
did.
got it. It's already
I didn't factor.
1845.
Yeah, I didn't factor special teams. It's the kicker.
Yeah.
There's no doubt. Jaden Burns didn't even pop in my head, and it should have because that's the biggest loss because he was so dadgum good at punting the football, kicking off wherever he wanted that ball to land, and that was a big game changer for us. It's a big loss for sure.
And I know Jeff and I, when we came over there in the summertime and we're looking at the press box and down on the field, he's out there kicking in the heat of the summer by himself and so hard on himself for missing a kick or whatever drill he was doing. Man, that's that leadership. Regardless if you could find someone that can kick, and you will, you always have, right?
Yep.
That leadership is tough to replace.
Yep.
Something about a good senior leader that's been in big games.
Yep. It's tough, and he's the best kicker I've ever coached in 20 plus years. All right. He's the best I ever had. So we won't be able to replace him for sure.
Yeah.
But maybe we won't have to kick as much this year. It will be better, and we won't have to punt as much.
Well, let's talk about, Coach Alaric will be on this coming Wednesday for the show. So let's talk about
y'all lost y'all's mind.
Let's talk about him as a coach, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, like a son to you, right?
Yep.
There's no question. But let's talk about his progression from a coach. I'm seeing strides over the years, right? You've done a good job at times of stepping back and letting him find out on his own.
Yeah.
Because you're very experienced. You've been there. You're a great offensive mind. You've called a lot of ball. Even though you tell him something, he sees it a different way. Just like in our lives with our kids, sometimes you have to let them fail on their own or learn on their own or surprise you on their own. Talk about that just a little bit.
Yeah, I'm really proud of him for sure. He's stubborn as a mule now. Gosh almighty. He's stubborn. He's stubborn. Always
He'll be
been.
like his mentor, though.
Yeah, probably. He's always been stubborn. And,
Yes.
But his stubbornness also has made him who he is today. You're right.
Yeah.
And so, really proud of him. Really happy for him. I think he's in a good place mentally in his life, and that at the end of the day, I think that's really important. This maybe he won't choke next year in the state championship.
We'll talk about that in a different show, but I love X's and O's, man. I love it being around you. I remember sitting at Kayla Flanagan's kitchen table. You breaking out a napkin, and we're going over the offense, right? And so since that day, I've thrown myself in X's and O's. I love it, right?
Yeah.
But I've learned over the years from being around this so long. It's the process. It's the weight room days. It's the summer days. It's the building teamwork with your kids. And I'm trying to think back on our playing days when we played. I don't remember a play call or this or that, but I remember that I thought we were going to die in this workout, right? I remember I thought we were going to die in these two-a-days, and it's the stuff you do with your brothers. X's and O's is great. Got to have to win, but it's those team things, and you bring the SEALs in.
Yeah.
I remember. I don't even told you about Hell Week at Fort McClellan.
Yeah.
You don't exactly do that anymore.
Yeah, and the reason being they haven't given us the facility back due to some changing in the rules, maybe. So, but we do our own.
Yeah,
we do our own deal. I did it at Cleveland, my own deal, and then when I got to Oxford with John, John's a talker now, and so John.
What a coach.
Yeah, and so John, we got lined up with the highest ranking enlisted guy. That's how that went down. We got lined up with the highest ranking enlisted guy. He's actually at Etowah. Sergeant Major Taylor.
Yeah.
My dude.
We love Taylor.
Sergeant Major's like one of the best dudes ever.
We love him.
Okay, well, Sergeant Major helped me and John out to get that thing going to Fort McClellan. He was one of the highest ranking enlisted guy in the state of Alabama.
Yeah.
Sergeant Major's a legend, man. And so,
golf coach too.
Yeah, he's a golf coach. I love Sergeant Major now. And so he's the one that got us to Jacksonville State. Fort McClellan, I'm sorry. And then, of course, when I took this deal here, we went back there, and, of course, with the COVID thing didn't happen, and then they're building, there's so much construction going on, they won't allow it. So, and some of the guys that were with us during Sergeant Major days are no longer there. They've retired out. Because the last year we did it was like 3 years ago. Well, some of those guys are now retiring out, so I've lost my connections there.
I still remember, talking to, like in the last 2-3 years, talking to some of the old Asheville kids.
Yeah.
That went through it, and they rather talk about how hard that was, how they felt like they were in the movie Navy SEALs, than how they did on their season.
Right.
And their greatest accomplishment from E.J. Moss, E.J. Moss, he said, the very first game my junior year when we went to Springville and we made them dudes quit.
Yeah, they made them quit.
That's when they bought in.
Jerry, you remember that?
Yeah.
It was so hot. That may have been the hottest game.
Brutal.
And I'm not kidding you. That may have been the hottest football game I've ever attended or coached in my life.
Yeah.
You remember how hot that was?
I do.
That thing it was so hot. We didn't even walk back to the locker room because I said it's taking too much energy. We walked to the end zone. You remember that?
Yeah.
Jerry was with me. We just walked to the end zone and we dumped their pads and we just started soaking them in ice cold water. You remember, Jerry?
The officials, first time I've ever seen an official take his shirt off during halftime. It was hot, man. It was crazy. Yeah. But those Asheville kids, it's about carrying the pole and getting woke up, and it's building memories.
Yeah.
And you talk about building a legacy. That's where it starts.
Yeah, that's where it starts. And if they'd have just, if they would have left us alone, I think about this a lot. If Asheville would have left it, if the powers to be would have left us alone. You sit there and you look at Asheville now, right? And, I'm not knocking anybody, but that thing's in bad shape, And maybe this coach would flip it, turn it, right? But, Jerry, we was really close to having that thing flipped.
Yeah.
And you just wonder if they would have left us alone and we flipped it, where would it be now?
No
we would have flipped it and we had it flipped, right? I mean, we almost made the playoffs. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we were a sophomore football team.
Yeah.
I mean, they had graduated all those seniors, and we were like EJ was one of the few juniors, and so we were a sophomore leading. Yeah, man. And we had that next year. I feel like, and I've told Jerry this. I felt like we'd have won 8, 9, maybe even 10 ball games, including the playoffs, and we'd have had it flipped.
Yeah. Another reason I go back to Asheville is there's some relation because Jumbotron at Asheville went to Texas and get that thing.
I did.
That was crazy.
See, Jerry was on this. I don't know if you know this. Jerry was on this journey with me.
Yeah, it was great.
Okay.
Guy had so much fun.
Yeah.
What high school was that from? Very prominent high school.
It was from Austin Westlake High School.
Austin Westlake, exactly right.
Yeah.
And now at Coosa.
Hold on a second.
Oh.
Austin Westlake, home of
Drew Brees.
Bingo.
Come on. How about that?
Not the only one, but that's the first one that pops up.
No, that is the.
I mean, he's a Hall of Famer,
Yeah.
so yeah. But there's some other big names from there as well. It's a
awesome.
prominent program.
Yeah.
And now you're all about facilities, right? You're all about doing everything to the top of the ability.
Yeah.
And he was thinking, I bet if I get this big jumbotron and let Jeff preach on it,
Come on.
Yep, that's
we're
exactly.
gonna draw a crowd.
Jerry, that's exactly.
Scared. They scared.
No, it's coming.
That was
It's
our
coming.
plan, was to let Jeff
Yeah.
Underwood preach on that thing.
But then Jason Ellen said, "No, sir." Jason's calling dibs on the first sermon. Anyway, so let's talk about that. It's going to be the kid. First of all, something that's the kids deserve.
Yeah.
This kind of stuff, man. The way high school football is going, why not?
Well, it's 20,000 reasons why. Hardly any reasons on why not, right? I think it was important. It was important to do something nobody within a 45-minute radius is doing of us. Okay, that's positive. It's a great way to raise more money. It's a phenomenal way to raise more money. Here's another thing, and I think it's hurt us in state championship. Now I'm gonna tell you, I think our kids caught themselves looking on that jumbotron too much.
I agree. We talked about that during the game. Yeah, for sure.
And you know what? If you just make it normal, it'll be normal in a state championship game.
But we also had a conversation, Mark, and it was also, you can be raising money, but it's also about giving more bang for your buck to the sponsor because they get their information out there. More people are seeing more than a little, nothing against a sign and a banner. Those things are important. Those things, those banners and signs that your businesses are doing, they make it possible to have high school athletics.
There ain't no doubt.
So thank you for everyone who's bought a sign, a program, an ad, whatever. It matters.
But now, with this jumbotron we're getting, it's huge now. It's gonna be 32 foot long by 20 foot tall. This thing's a monster, okay? And it allow us to do commercials, intros for kids. You don't think these kids ain't gonna be excited with introductions?
Yeah, no doubt.
Showing them on the jumbotron, just normalizing things. So when we get, in another situation where it won't freak us out as much.
Birmingham in December.
Yeah, hopefully, right? There's just so many reasons on why we should. This is where high school football is going, and if and I told the coach just a few weeks ago, NIL's coming, and he said, "Well, the day NIL's coming," he said, "I'm out." And I told him, I said, "Look, all right," I said, and he's not even from around here; he's from about 2 hours away. We were just having a phone call, and he said, "I said, hey, listen," I said, "if you don't change with this stuff, you're gonna be left behind." Mm-hmm. And I think, that's where it's at. High school football is running at a war. Everybody thinks college football is running at Mach 10. High school football is running at Mach 10. Mm-hmm. These kids are these kids, when we grew up, I played for Emma Sampson. And I didn't care if I was 0-10 or 10-0. I'm playing for Emma Sampson. Mm-hmm. No, it don't happen today. They're going to the next biggest and best. And that's what so many people that I'm sure watch your show, they think all this recruiting's going on. It's fake. It's not. These kids are transient, man. They're on social media.
Yeah.
So, like, when I went to Emma Sansom, I talked to Emma Sansom people. I didn't know one soul from Etowah. You understand that?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know a human being from Etowah. Didn't know a human being from Gadsden High. These kids, with all their social media, they know Etowah kids, Gadsden City kids. They know.
And these kids recruit each other.
Yeah,
They
they
play with me.
absolutely.
But you know what also is? Oh, man, hey, did you see the new uniforms Coosa got?
That's
Yeah.
right.
Oh, they got multiple helmets.
Yeah.
I want to be a part of that.
Yeah.
It's what it is.
It's what it is, and so you offer those things, multiple helmets.
Right.
The nutrition program we're doing.
Ooh, it's huge.
Right there with what Rush is doing, feeding these kids as much as we're feeding them.
You didn't put no water system in that Rush, though.
No, didn't put no waters. Rush, man. I was up there this morning. Now they're doing something cool up there now. I'm gonna tell you they are.
Well, here's what I know. Of all the places that we'll go on a way to broadcast,
No.
Rush will take care of us. He will take care, make sure we have everything we need for the broadcast.
He better, right?
He will, though.
Yeah,
he will.
Yeah.
100%. Or I will call him out
You don't
to his
care.
face.
He likes that. He likes
He
publicity.
does. He likes
It's
back and
okay.
forth.
That's
Right?
good.
No, he will. He'll take care of us, man.
Yeah.
One of the coolest things Jeff and I we talked about. We went down for 707 11 on the 11 camp last year.
Oh, that was the 11v11 at Pell City.
At Pell City, yeah. And Jeff even said, "Man, it's so cool that Rush is out there coaching both teams."
Yeah, he was doing that, wasn't he?
He was.
That's so cool.
For people who don't know Rush, and that, he's looked at as this larger than life villain in most people's world, right? The dude loves the kids and he loves the sport.
I'm gonna tell you something now.
He truly does.
That Joker, I've known him a minute now, and him and I are pretty doggone close now. And that dude loves kids. All right, you don't have to like him. I mean, it's not like a requirement, a mandate to like someone, but you don't have to like him, but you can't question how much he loves the kids and what he's accomplished. You don't have to like someone. It's like, people don't like me, and I'm like, that's cool with me, Me and Miles was talking about it. Yeah, I mean, it's okay. It's not a requirement.
Mark doesn't like me, but he still comes on the show.
There you go.
It's business.
Yeah, sure.
It's just business.
I mean, take Teddy, for instance. Who likes Teddy?
Nobody would take Teddy.
See? Everybody hates Teddy.
Teddy's not likable. He's from Fife.
Yeah.
That dude's bought into Fife. I can say that, can I?
He loves Fife.
He loves Fife. Name's Little Baby Fife.
I call this little baby Ty Cobb.
That's a cute little. It's a cute name. I like it.
Favors Ty a little bit at this point.
Yes.
Same hairline.
Same hairline. That's what I call his baby. I've never even called his baby by his name. I call him Little Ty Cobb. Lil
Ty.
Ty.
Like Lil Burton's. Sponsor of the show.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
Teddy, man. What a good little family.
Yeah.
One gentleman says, let's see what I got. I want to make sure and give some of these people props that are on there.
The Helms are watching.
Sure.
They love you.
All of
Jet's
them.
my dude.
One of them, Scott Coley said his son has gained 100 pounds in his squat thanks to Teddy.
Mm-hmm. Aren't you supposed to be bringing us some chips? I can't let that go, bro.
Philip O'Brien.
He brings them all to me.
See, Philip O'Brien, you know who that is.
My brother.
Says interviewing a self-proclaimed legend, Mark Baby Hen O'Brien.
That's good.
And then Tyler Dobbs giving you love. Tyler's a great young man.
Love you, Tyler.
Good daddy, good hug, just a good dude.
Yeah.
Matthew Cherry says some recruiting is definitely going on in high school football. I know several schools that are doing it under the table.
Easy to say, hard proof.
Yeah. Turn them in. It's amazing the schools that don't do it get turned in, and the ones that do it. I said do.
So
Not the first time you've said that on the show.
Jerry Scott says he's got you. He's gonna take care of it. Coach O'Brien doesn't get his chips this time. Scott's gonna bring them to you.
I don't give my chips away when Scott brings them.
What a good dude he is, by the way. We've known him for a long time.
Love Scott, man.
He's really a good
Could run
dude.
some Rex on the ball, couldn't he?
I question, obviously, his wife's decision-making ability.
Right.
She chose him.
That's rough. Yeah,
It's tough.
I will say this. I want to go back to your Asheville days and to your Cleveland days. and everywhere else you've been, Oxford, and just great programs. You're a firm believer in the Lord, and you make no apologies about it. But I believe that God has ordered your steps, and I think a lot of times people don't see this. If this happened, no,
that's right.
This happened because this
Amen.
is supposed to be happening.
Yeah. Amen.
And you're supposed to be at Coosa. You're supposed to bring these guys in. You're the one that God has preordained. He has ordered your steps to take these kids to a relationship with the Lord, be great men, great husbands, great fathers, great athletes. And I'm thankful for one that finally there are a few, but finally there's a man in this county that says, you know what, I bought in, and I'm not going to chase the almighty dollar. I've lived and learned, and I've done what I wanted to do. Now it's about building these young men.
That's right.
So.
And I do appreciate the Calvinism right there.
See,
that's good. Jerry wouldn't understand that.
I understand it greatly.
But,
you see my little,
hey,
MacArthur Lane.
Jeff, I'm a big MacArthur guy. Anybody that knows me, I'm a huge MacArthur guy.
You can be a huge MacArthur guy.
I went out to his church.
I'm more of a Jesus guy.
Okay.
Oh, is he
More
going
of
to
a
play the
Jesus
Jesus
guy.
guy?
Oh, yeah,
I did.
Yeah.
I've learned from the best.
So I like the Calvinism right there. But no, all jokes aside, I do reflect on that, right? Because if we would have had success, and we were on our way to having success at Asheville. I'm just telling you, by a year or two, we had that thing flipped. There's no telling where I'd be right now. I was
College.
I'd be at the college level.
Yeah.
I really would be at the college level
Yeah.
because
Okay.
I had and I'm not going to discuss it on the air. It's nobody's business, but the plan was, and Jerry knows this.
Yeah.
He knows
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Stay at that deal for a couple of years and then get to the college level. And that was the plan. And so it just didn't happen that way. And so I'm here, and I'm grateful I'm here. So yeah, it's good, man. And I'm not chasing the money.
Yeah.
I don't care about the money.
Yeah.
Money does not motivate me.
Yep, I do know that.
Yeah, what you're doing is way more impactful than football.
Yeah, for sure.
No question. I think they'd be surprised, Jeff, if they come in and see the Bible studies going on.
Yeah.
When you see kids praying with other kids, that's like, this place is different.
Yeah.
They get it.
Yeah.
Do you want to win? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm supposed to cower down because I'm at a Christian school?
Heck no.
Warriors, son. That's
You
conquerors.
play to win, yeah.
Conquerors. That's in the name. But you guys do it the right way, man,
Yeah.
for sure. Jeff and I are so thankful to be just a small part of what's going on over there.
You enjoy it.
Jeff loves Coosa.
I was quit. I wouldn't have been calling ball anymore. I was done.
It's done.
I was done. And Jerry said, well, what if we go to Coosa like you've been wanting to do? I mean,
And here we are.
And we're grateful and thankful for sure.
we love it. You guys
Yeah.
are awesome. It's fun stuff.
And before we get out of here, I know you got stuff to do.
Yeah.
I can't let you go without asking this question. How's Buddy?
He's good. Dad's just, driving along, and, he's still at church every Wednesday night and every Sunday. And, we're not getting any younger for sure. So we got to count our blessings while he's here.
Mm-hmm.
And he understands that as well. And so, he misses mom every day, I'm sure of it.
A lot of people do.
Yeah, including this guy right here, I can tell you that.
Especially with the Braves on the spring training about to come around.
Yeah.
She's a big Braves fan.
Oh, well, she a Braves fan.
That's awesome.
Biggest I've ever been around.
Yeah, she
Her and my
loved.
grandma were good friends with it.
Probably.
Yeah.
They probably knew each other, actually.
Probably did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she loved the Braves, and so with Dad, he's doing well, man.
Yeah.
And so it's all good right now.
I love talking to him.
Yeah,
Love talking to him.
yeah,
He'll go Old Testament in a minute.
yeah.
What you know about Bo?
He will. What you know about Moses? Yeah, anything you want to say before we get out of
No,
here?
I just grateful.
Everything
thankful.
good with Jack and Amanda?
I think so. When Amanda's not mad at me, so
Well, I can't help you there.
yeah, you can't help me there. So no, all jokes aside, she's a blessing in my life. Jack's a blessing in my life, and I love them. They're like they are family to me. So we're blessed.
Judy's my favorite.
Judy is the best. I'm
Got better hair.
She does got good hair. Jack's got hair left?
not much.
I mean, I'm not sure. Hey, much more success. A lot of things coming from Coosa. We're excited to see where this goes, and we hope to be with you every step of the way.
I appreciate you guys.
Awesome. Stay close, stay clean.